Next part of audience research and insights is then going into fan stalking. So we've talked about page stalking and audience insights. The cool thing about fan stalking is when you find a page that's related to the niche you're interested in, you can look at the fans on that page. A lot of people leave their interests and likes and stuff public, and I would use that as an opportunity to look at the fans of that page, especially the people that are liking and commenting, because they're the engaged people on the page, and those that have done it recently as well. Click into their profiles, look at their likes, and start to build a picture of who they are, what are they interested in, what's their profile look like. I recall we actually did this, I think back in 2015 now. So I was working for a children's personalized book e-com store, and we'd launched our brand into Italy at the time, and we did this process where I went through and found pages that are related to parents, parenting, children, things like that, and I started to do fan stalking. So I was going into those pages. So, I can do something like that now. So children's, in fact, let's do something similar. So the country was Italy. We'll add that. We'll take out the United States. So you can see here, so Italy, 25 to 30 million people. Let's see what comes up with children. It's just, I think it was toys or something like that. So let me see what comes up with toys. So 8 to 9 million people. So that's great. Now at the time there was a particular a few fan pages that came up, and what I did was to go through this whole process of page stalking. So finding pages that maybe would be of interest for me to have a look at, for example. But then the interesting thing that came out was, as I went down into those pages, I found fans of people from those pages, and there was about, I think I looked at maybe 30 to 50 different fan profiles, and this is the profile I'll talk you through shortly. Essentially, what I did was to list those 30 to 50 fan profiles in a spreadsheet and find the things that those profiles had as listed as their page likes, and kind of tabulate it and look for the commonalities. And through this method, we found a particular brand of, I don't know how you describe it. It was like a blender, food blender, specifically made for babies, and it would blend their kind of vegetables and things like that. It would warm up the food at the same time, which as a parent is quite handy. So you can throw in your vegetables and make your kind of puree for your kid, but it'll heat it up into a ready-to-eat temperature as well. So it's a really convenient tool or device. And it was doing really, really well in Italy, and lots of people became fans of it. I'd never heard of it. I came across it through this method. We found we could target that brand as an interest, and that helped us to scale in Italy so fast with low CPMs, high conversion rates, high ROAS as well. And Italy quickly became, I think at the time, our second biggest and our first fastest growth market, just by doing this research. So, what I would do here is, for example, this is a decent page, Babalu Gadget, 653,000 people like this. So I would go through, find a page that's, got a good number of comments. There's some Easter stuff going on here, 152 comments. So, if I go down here, like all the data's here. It's just, from a research point of view, it's just insane. There's so many good ways to find data in Facebook. So, I can then go and look at these people's profiles. So him, he's tagged her. You can look at him and her. Like, you can just go on and find all these people. And once you've loaded up their profiles, you can start looking at the detail behind exactly who they are. So I'm in Business Manager at the moment, so it won't let me look at their profile. I have to go into facebook.com, which I try to avoid because there's always the distraction of messages popping up and things like that. So this person here, some people don't allow their profiles to be visibly seen. But if I go down, I can maybe have a look at things that this person's interested in. So we'll see. So this one's a totally open profile. So I can actually go in and start looking at things which, I might find interesting. So, I would, for example, hire a junior to do this kind of work now, to go through and list all their different profiles and look for trends. So I've done it on this person. I can go down and look at this person's potentially. So, I don't know the Italian market. This image stands out for some reason. I just noticed it on this profile as well. I don't know what it is. Just because of that reason, I'm going to click into that page. I don't know what it is. I'm worried just based on the image that was shown. But that's the kind of thing. So, all right, it's maybe a bit of a crazy page. Let's see what it is. Vomitorio. It's taking a bit of time to load. But they're the kind of things that now, by just looking into the page likes, I can start to see what's going on. So this person's actually hidden their page likes, so I won't go through that person's stuff, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for potential things that are coming across multiple profiles that are related to this particular profile I was looking at. So obviously, not being native to this country, for example, Italy, doesn't help. Having an Italian VA would be massively helpful right now, especially someone who's interested or has some knowledge of your particular niche. So if I'm going after this brand, because I was looking at children's toys, for example, and I want to sell toys into Italy, then I found this page, which is great. I would find someone who has a bit of interest to know the brands to look out for and to help me get deeper into understanding my profile and find these opportunities as well, and see if there's anything else that kind of stands out. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how I would be using this kind of process to do my page stalking, then taking that into my fan stalking, so I can go deeper into understanding what the profile is of my ideal customer, and then get an idea for what they're talking about. So yeah, just some random stuff going on here, but that gives you an idea of how you can go deeper into understanding your avatar, and it also into understanding who's out there, what kind of pages are out there, what kind of people are out there, what are their interests, how are they talking. If I'm selling children's toys, for example, Buy Italian Style would be a potential good set of fans to try and target if I could, but then I can start reverse engineering to see why they're interested in this page, what kind of things they're talking about. Payment, okay, that's not so good, but that's how I go deeper into understanding my avatar and really building up that profile to contribute to two things here. Like, there's only two things I want out of this part of the research. Number one is potential new audiences that I can target, and then building up my avatar to be able to potentially create better ads.